I mean, the Jews got their rights. The Indian got their rights. We want ours. We don't want to fight for it. We don't want to have any more blood. The retribution of rights is granted long time ago. Because if it wasn't granted, then the Jews couldn't have had theirs. So what about ours?
The League of Nations, the United States.
Just as easy as that. You're talking about something big here. You're talking about people's international morality, which lies at stake now. And the United States and England is the leader of the Allies, so they must come together and satisfy black people. As easy as that. Cape Coast just cannot go down in vain. Right? Nigeria port just cannot go down in vain. Port Royal cannot go down in vain. God was so vexed that he sank it 1907. And 1977 he refreshed the memory of the earthquake in Jamaica. So if God don't forget it, why men should forget it?
I understand, I heard reports that you were playing Native American reservations in the United States, and that your concerts were very well received.
Oh yes.
Is just in the past couple of years, or how did that come about? And
well, the people hear the music, and the music seem to be saying something about them too. As if not looking at the music with color, but just looking at the truth and the revival of the music. Because there's a thing in every song called revival, which brings back your mind to a consciousness. The revival of the music.
of a people's music,
The people's music.
of a folk.
The people's music. I've never made a song for myself yet. I have already gotten a language from the Father, which make an inward speech and an outward speech. Why do I need a song? The people is the ones who need a song, the illiterate.
And your music is something of a public service.
It
really.
is. Music is public service.
So you realize you've probably been told that a number of the punk bands in the late 1970s in England and the U.S. Were very much inspired by your music, by that album and 2/7's Clash. Are there any particular instances that you recall from that period? I mean, for instance, the Clash. Did they take their name from 2/7's Clash, or was that ever made apparent to you? Or
Well, to be frank, I know that punk. One punk took his name from our name, which is Boy George Culture Club.
oh, is that right?
Yeah, when we left Virgin.
What were some of the early musical influences on you as an artist?
Of course, could not outrule Brother Bob. No way, because he was always there with the meat of the truth. If you don't like the truth, don't even say Bob. But then, straight up when I step into the American militants now, we talk about Curtis Mayfield. There was a old singer, I don't know how much loud this bell ringing in your head. His name is Joe Simon. Of course, as a female, I respect the militants of Aretha Franklin. In them times, Gladys Knight also, Diana Ross, yes. But then, John Lennon again was another piece, was another masterpiece in his instrumental rights, which he made a remarks of reggae, which that was very, very wise of him in those days, because not many people were looking through John Lennon's eye. Because John Lennon say, reggae is a music which is coming to the world to last. To last.
Right.
Then I have a living idol right now, alive, which for one thing that he did, I would love to just have the honor or the chance or the opportunity, whatever you may want to call it, for us to work together on the same stage.
Lennon?
To just pour out that true appreciation out of my soul, to even show him how much I thank him for such a release, which is Paul Simon, for releasing the Black Mambaza in those days out of South Africa. I really big him up for that. Much respect, Paul Simon from Josephville. Trust me.
Like Graceland?
Trust me, Paul Simon, enough respect anywhere you are. Enough respect with goose pimples. Enough respect for that.
With the material that he was doing in the 80s?
Yeah, man. And you see the whole meaning of the release of the power to get those people out of there where nobody was leaving out of there. Big up Paul Simon, you're large in my heart. Enough respect.
Before the end of apartheid?
Yeah, man.
And so forth.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Enough respect, Paul. Plenty people don't look around and see what you do. But from my corner, Paul Simon, I'm looking. Thank you very much.
That he went in there, actually.
Thank you very much, Paul. You did something which I wish I did myself.
Because you had just said that 10 years ago, had you been there 10 years ago?
We should be there together. And then they would see if right wouldn't prevail over wrong. I am Paul Simon, should be there with the love that he have for the people and the love that I have for the people and the love that I have for him as a fellow singer, and see if big things wouldn't get on there. Eh? One man have 4 possessions in a office, while 10 unemployed, walking up and down the street with good education, not being considered because he can't afford to wear a tie, he just can't get an interview. What's wrong? Move your hand with your big quart cup. Don't let it stay there full and run over while the next man is hungry. But at the same time, yes, we know the boss must be there. But see, some of the bosses, they just can't do anything rather than sitting out in a wheelchair and give orders. All right. Let your son who can move a table come up and do some work. Don't have him there driving sports car, making problem at night, shooting up, and you finding big lawyers to defend him, and he does nothing in the day rather than buy out idle and sell play.
Rolling Stone.
Oh, yeah.
How did that come about? How was that developed as a song?
Oh boy. Everybody have to drive cars. Everybody have to go from place to place. Every day you're Yasser Arafat and Mr. Haramagan, everybody around there talking about peace. And still before any peace a year. And when you realize 50,000 die around here, 90,000 die around here, the United States run down there and says, stop it, stop it, stop it, Germany run down there, stop it, stop it, stop it, England run down there, stop it, stop it. Even us, out of Jamaica with reggae music, go to Israel. I played on Gaza Strip Friday night, leave out of Gaza Strip Saturday morning, they bomb Gaza Strip Saturday night. To show you the battlefield that I take reggae on, just to say peace to the world.
In the Gaza Strip?
So they are in the ways of rights, like a rolling stone. The politicians are the ones who are stirring the world because the innocent people need peace. They would pay anything for peace if they could see it. But only because peace is not a thing you can see it come through the respect of me and you. As a people, respect the rights of the other man. And do not infringe upon his God-given benefit and rights, because that is disrespect. That is why peace cannot walk the earth. Okay, that side of the earth, they have oil. Yet they don't have any bananas, they don't have any yam, they don't have any chocolate. Right? They can hardly grow a little peanut. We grow red peas, peanut, we have aluminum, we have every little thing.
Jamaica.
Yes, and even in America too. All right. Wouldn't it be wise, the same thing that everybody is fighting a war for, why don't we play a game of soccer for it, or a game of baseball? I mean, why can't a smile come upon the world's face? Because of greed? Greed is like a rainy day, which you don't know the forecast of tomorrow. You know, while the need is there like a flowing river. You see, the greedy man is like a person with a bald head. They said in Jamaica in the bars. A man with a bald head, he don't want it, but he's not giving it to anybody because it's how much the man give you his one head? He don't want it, but he's not giving it to anybody though.
That's good.
Lord have mercy. Yeah. Babylonism and corruption. This is a big building, there are many people homeless. And before you repair it and rent it for a small fee and use that small fee to develop something in some area or something, you bulldoze it down and left somebody homeless. A man owe you some tax, and before you give him a time over to pay, you put him in prison. And then you use the rest of taxpayers' money to feed him in there. Are you wise? A man is burning a simple spliff. You send 4 policemen for him. Why you have to pay them 4 policemen their salary? You got to buy gas to throw in that police car. Talking about What do you achieve? Is any profit that you're wasting taxpayers' money? You're wasting taxpayers' money. How much does it cost to build one gun bullet? Look how much billion it costs to build a space shuttle. Look how poor Russia is suffering. Do they need a space shuttle? The people need more education and food more than how America need to be warm right now, just where I am. And they are following up with the rest, making space shuttle. I have seen many people in America cannot read and write because civilization is only being said and not being done in a rural way properly. But as I say, they don't want to hear little Josephine because him is a little Rasta man who smoke ganja. Who is not entitled to say anything. I'm living on the earth. I have a right to my life. It is my God-given rights. And people who call themselves clever people are destroying the world around me. So I have a right to say something. What right have you more than I on this earth? None. We are all equal to anything which is God-given.
One of the tracks off of that, Revolution. If you're ready for revolution, try and find the right man.
Right.
Who are you addressing there? Who's the audience?
Okay, that's right. Now, those skimpy cowards that have guns breaking into people's house, some people breaking and say the Armageddon time and all the rest of it. If that's the Armageddon they are trying to fight, that's not my Armageddon, because I'm not stealing from my brethren. How can I do that? I couldn't be, Okay. To see an innocent one man on the street, and because he's a white brother, you look at him and you take out a gun and say, boy, this man, no, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. It wasn't him. Starting a little stupid war in your community talking about gang war, you're worse not right. Because you can kill your grandmother as a result of that. So if you're looking for revolution, try and find the right man.